Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the DC Universe Classics DEADMAN figure. One of you guys out there requested that I review this guy, so I am doing that for you. There are two versions. We have the standard version, then we have the one that has the phasing arms and legs. So I'm just going to show you that really quickly, and then we'll use the other one for the review. The phasing feature is basically just translucent plastic for the lower arms and translucent plastic for the lower legs. Actually looks like it might go all the way up into the thigh for the translucent plastic. So they did a really good job. I can't even quite tell where the plastic stops and where the paint starts. The paint is so seamlessly done that the phasing feature is very, very well done. Incredibly well done. Impressively well done. Way to go, Mattel. I think it goes all the way up into the thighs because they seem a little bit translucent there. But still, you can't really tell for sure because the paint just matches nicely. Everything looks really good on that phasing feature. So there's that. And now we're going to use the regular one for the sake of the review. Okay, he stands about 7 inches tall to the top of his collar. He's got a lot of unique parts. The lower arms, the lower legs. I think the musculature, like this crosshatch sculpting, I think those are all new parts for him also. It's just that main torso is not, but really it is because they kind of chopped it up and put a new torso on top of that for that kind of dead looking body. So that's cool. I want to point out his head sculpt is awesome. There's tons of detail in it, paint wise and sculpt wise. It's just very well done. The body is pretty average. I don't think all those little crosshatch lines are necessarily good looking, but they are there, and it does kind of add a little bit of detail to the figure. The D on his torso looks okay. It's, you know, it's pretty solid for being white. It could have been a lot worse. The glove lines are sculpted, and then of course they're painted. The belt is a separate piece, and then he's got his little slippers here that are sculpted and painted. So not too much to complain about. As far as articulation goes, the head, you're pretty much just going to get a swivel out of it. The collar is pretty stiff, and if it gets warped, you're going to have to reshape it for sure. It'll end up covering his face, kind of like this one's starting to do. So just be careful with that. It is glued on, and you can kind of see where it's tabbed in there, so that's a little disappointing. It's not horribly noticeable, but it definitely could be better. Ab crunch works really well on this guy, so that's good. Standard shoulder articulation with a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow gives you 90 degrees. Each wrist has a swivel. Waist twist works just fine. Hips work pretty standard. He has a really good range of motion going out to the side, going all the way forward. Not quite as much. They do go back a little bit. Thigh swivel right there. Single jointed knee, pretty much 90 degrees. Then we have the ankle pivot, which gives him really good range of motion. Surprisingly, I didn't think it was going to, but it does. And he has an ankle rocker. So for a character I know nothing about and don't really like the design of, I have to say the figure's pretty decent. It's not great. There's a couple flaws here and there, but if you like DEADMAN, then I suggest you pick this up. It's a pretty good figure with not too many flaws. So there it is, guys. Oh, I just realized I didn't mention it. He does have shading throughout the body. It's particularly noticeable on the back in that musculature and on the shoulder, but it is there throughout. It's just pretty faint in most cases. And like I said, lots of shading up there. Okay, so there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.